Hey folks, I'm hoping you can all hear me. We're good? All right, awesome. Okay, everyone, welcome to today's lightning session. So we will be talking about easy Agile and how you can get started with Agile pretty much not even in 10 minutes. I want to say 5 minutes. So I'll be sharing my screen and you'll be able to see more about how to run an Agile workflow really easily with Tara AI. So just for context, I'm Iba Masood. I am the co-founder and CEO at Tara AI, and we will actually be responding to questions as well on our Twitter. So in chat, we're going to quickly post a link to our Twitter profile. So if you have any questions as we go, feel free to post and share those questions in chat, or you can also post those questions on Twitter and we can respond to them after our lightning round and our lightning session is up. Okay, so let's get started. So I'll just give a quick intro to who we are and why we exist. So Tara AI is a Y Combinator backed startup. We actually built a really fast, modern Jira alternative. And so we thought, what if you could do and run Agile in a couple of minutes in just a few clicks? And so that's really the premise behind Tara. And so just to get started, basically there's really three key concepts in Tara. One is requirements and requirements management. So you can easily create and define a requirement. So imagine that I am a founder going through Y Combinator or an accelerator and I need to get my MVP off the ground. So what I would do is I can create a requirement. So let's say I'm trying to create an iOS mobile app. There we go. And from there, I can just start writing the specs. So I can, let's say, decide on the framework that I want to use, programming language, and let's say that I've decided to use Swift to build this. But as I'm defining some of the objectives for my requirement, as well as what really I'm trying to accomplish with need one of the app, the next piece is I can also start adding tasks. And what's really cool about this is, and by the way, this is a live version of Tara. This is really how fast it actually is. It's pretty much in seconds that you can get started. But the idea behind this was versus going through Confluence, Jira, and all of the complexities of existing tools, we wanted to build something that was quick and fast, that you can really get started with Agile pretty much in minutes. So imagine that I'm building this mobile app. I can actually start creating tasks as well. So if I'm a developer, let's say the product manager or the engineering manager has created the spec. And if I'm a developer and I just want to start creating all the issues or the tasks related to this first version, what I can do is pretty much just start typing away. So let's say that this is an enhancement to what's being built, and I'm looking to build front end, of course, just for simplicity's sake. But right there, it's ready to go. I can assign it to myself, allocate the effort as well. And so effort's available in days, hours, and I can get started with sprints. So we'll talk a little bit more about what sprints help you do in Tara, but really easy and simple. You can basically allocate it to a specific sprint. And so right now, that's my current sprint that's active. And then, I have the requirement already in there. But here's what's really cool. As a developer, if I use the task ID in GitHub or in my existing source control application, what it does is that it automatically shows the specific status of the pull requests or the commit. So as a team, let's say that I'm someone that's just trying to stay in GitHub. I don't want to keep updating the status of the task inside the project management application. What happens is when you use your task ID, it will automatically update the status of the task inside Tara. So that's kind of one of the magic features that 26,000 developers on Tara love. Now let's head back into our requirement and start sprinting. So with sprints, we've created one-click sprints. All you're really doing is creating bi-weekly or weekly sprints. We are introducing 4-week and 6-week sprints as well for the next couple of weeks. But here's what's really cool. As soon as you get started, you pretty much have your sprint ready to go. And then from there, so let's say I've decided to complete the sprint. Oh, I've got the poop emoji because I didn't actually complete any of the tasks. But let's say that, I'm kind of ready to go and I want the sprint completed. So what it does is that it'll complete the sprint and I can start the next one. Now, let's assume that from here, I've started the sprint. And there we go. I'm actually going to start seeing my recommended effort as well. So within the sprint, what it actually does, so Tara is built to be intelligent, hence the AI name. And so the idea here is that it'll actually start calculating your recommended effort for this current sprint. So it'll look at your past sprints and your past history as a team, what your team is typically accomplishing in a sprint, and based on that information, it'll start recommending what your recommended effort should be. And so let's say that my sprint has started, and so from there, I want to start looking and understanding progress. Now, of course, I can also create multiple different teams in the software. So let's say we are split up into multiple pods or agile teams. One other piece is that the software is basically built so that you can very quickly and easily create these pods that are working together to build the app. From there, let's say that we've gotten kicked off and are running. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you the progress bar for our workspace, because this is where we live. This is what we do every day, and this is what we use for our daily stand-up as well. So let's say now we are a large team that is consistently shipping and is seeing lots of progress. What Tara helps you do is, in one view, you can also start to see predicted effort on the left, how effort is running and going in terms of by engineer and by developer and by every person on the team. And then the other thing is you can also see, of course, sev levels. So sev levels in terms of specific sev levels assigned to a given bug or an issue. But the other cool thing is that I can see the status and what's actually happening from a status perspective inside GitHub. So this is really showing me merged status. And what that means is the task is actually automatically marked as complete. So once the PR is merged and once the pull request is merged inside GitHub, the application automatically moves to merged. And so it actually shows me, let's say I'm an engineering manager and I want to understand status on an ongoing basis during the sprint. When I log into Tara and I see the progress view, what's really cool is I can start to see the status that's also inside Git. The other piece is you can also view commits and PRs. So let's say that you're a group of 3 developers and GitHub's view can be pretty difficult to really understand commits and open pull requests in a given sprint boundary. So let's say you're working on a 2-week sprint or a weekly sprint. So what we've done here is you can easily view the commits that are taking place. And so what you're seeing is what are the most recent commits happening from the team. The other thing that's really cool is you can also view open pull requests. So what are the open PRs that need attention and that need closing within the sprint. And then, of course, you can also see if there's any kind of pending reviewers, and you can also click in to see the actual pull request inside GitHub. So yeah, we are almost 2 minutes ahead on the dot. Now we can talk a little bit about integrations. So one of the other things that we believe makes Agile software powerful is you need to be able to use it with your communication software. And so once you've connected Tara to Slack, it will automatically push notifications into Slack and also reporting into Slack. So in terms of reporting, really understanding from a high level perspective, what was completed in the sprint, overall effort, tasks, and just PRs and commits as well, you'll actually get automatic reports inside Slack for specifically for what's happening in your sprint. So the other piece is focus state. So our home is actually focus state. And what this does is, so we're a group of developers. Tara is designed by developers and built for developers. And the idea here was that in focus state, you can actually see the tasks that are assigned to you. And so I don't have any tasks assigned to me in this specific workspace, but what I can see is, just overall how the team is progressing within the actual sprint. And I can also see pull requests that are assigned to me and are created by me that require my attention. So what's great here is that I can see a quick view of the PRs. And that brings us to the end of, I'm just going to stop sharing. There we go. So that brings us to the end of the session. So here's a special surprise. So we have just hit 6,000 organizations on Tara, and as a special giveaway, every attendee of DrupalConf will receive free access to Tara. So in a chat, we're actually just about to drop in the link to this specific offer. So just an FYI, basically for the landing page, once you hit that landing page, you can sign up for Tara for free. And we're really excited to offer this to everyone. You know, you can pretty much immediately get started. And yeah, and one more thing, if you have any questions, this isn't the end. You can continue the conversation with us. We are on Tara.ai, TARADOTAI and we're on Twitter, and we would love to talk to you and hear more about how you are sprinting, you know, as you're using different forms of project management software and what your biggest challenges are as you're building on Agile. Thank you so much for attending. We've really enjoyed DrupalConf this year, and we hope you're enjoying it as well. We'd love to continue the conversation on Twitter, and you can take a look. It's tara.ai/DrupalCon, and a quick link there as well. Thank you. Have a great one.